Yo guys, it's Kyle coming at you from Bane's Film Reviews. I'm going to watch The Fantastic Four First Steps again in just a couple of hours. And, just scouring the internet, you see tons of conversations about, is the MCU back? Have they found their footing again? Or is it good again? Is the next movie or the next show going to be bad again? And I think the conversation we're having is wrong. I think we just need to accept the fact that the MCU has always been good. The MCU as a whole has never been bad. There have been moments in which maybe they lost direction, or maybe there's individual projects that weren't great, or maybe they didn't really know the direction that they were going at all for a little bit, but projects were still fun and enjoyable. So this year is a perfect example of that. We've already had 6 Marvel projects be released this year alone, and there's 3 more coming before the end of the year. We started with Captain America, Brave New World. It was a good film. It's not a great film at all, but it's fun. Sam Wilson steps into the role of Captain America. It's a ton of fun. We get Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk. It's a fun film. Again, not great, a bit disjointed, but not a bad film at all. I gave that film a 7.5 out of 10. Then we had Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which was a series that I wasn't really excited for, mainly because I knew that it wasn't directly connected to the main MCU. I thought that show was awesome. Great voice acting. I thought that their choices for some of the characters was fantastic. And Coleman Domingo, I think, is a stellar actor that doesn't get as much attention as he deserves. And seeing him here, or hearing him here as Norman Osborn is awesome. It was a lot of fun. I gave that series an 8 out of 10. Then we had Daredevil Born Again. If you didn't like this, you just don't like superhero shows. You just don't like superhero content. Daredevil Born Again was amazing. I gave that a 9 out of 10. Action sequences were great. Diving into Matt Murdock's head and dealing with the loss of friends and loved ones. It's so good. It's so well done. Fisk is back in a way that we hadn't seen in a while. He was not done any justice in the Echo series. That was one that was bad. The Daredevil Born Again, I thought, was really, really good. Reintroduced a bunch of these characters that we all adore. And again, that's a 9 out of 10. We then got Thunderbolts, which was a flop this year. I get why it was a flop, because everyone in the world is questioning whether or not Marvel is, doing things right or making good content. And it flopped. It lost some money. Oh, I didn't love this as much as everybody else did, but I just rewatched it the other day, and I liked it a little bit more now since rewatching it. I give this film an 8 out of 10. It's incredibly grounded with a lot of fun characters that all suck in their own way. They're not great humans, and this is just a film about depression. It works really, really well. Again, it's very grounded. It's wonderfully accessible, and I gave this film an 8 out of 10. Then Ironheart, which was a series that I was not excited for at all. I was anticipating this because it was the MCU, the primary MCU timeline, but I was not excited for it at all. I didn't care for Riri Williams' character at all in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, so I was not intrigued. I turned this on, and while the first episode was difficult to get through, the next 5 were very enjoyable. They're long episodes, and they flew by. They moved very quickly. They were paced very well. I think that she became a much more engaging and intriguing character. Riri Williams did. And we finally, some promises were made good on, and I don't want to spoil anything, but they do a really cool job of introducing some really interesting and exciting characters. I gave this series a 7.5 out of 10. And then, like I said, I'm going to see The Fantastic Four First Steps again. I watched it on opening night, and I walked out of the theater absolutely floored. And if anyone was ever going to say the MCU is back, I think that this is a perfect example of a film that you can say that after watching. I think the MCU never left. Again, ebbs and flows. It's been a roller coaster ride in some regard, but The Fantastic Four First Steps is a 9 out of 10, and I don't anticipate walking out of the theater today thinking anything less than that. So, which shows, movies, projects are you most excited about? We currently, on the slate for the remainder of this year, we have Eyes of Wakanda, we have Marvel Zombies, and we have Wonder Man. Eyes of Wakanda, I don't know what to think. Brian Coogler is a great director, a great producer, a great film-making mind. So it could be very, very good. I don't know what to think. Marvel Zombies, I'm excited for, very, very excited for. I thought that episode of What If was one of the best. And then Wonder Man, I don't even know what to think. I think it's going to be not great. I think that it could be very funny, but I don't know how this ties into anything else. I don't know if it will even attempt to tie into anything else. And I don't think that this is going to be a particularly exciting show. But hey, I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong. I hope that I love this so much. So which things are you most anticipating? It could be something this year. It could be Doomsday that's next year. It could be Spider-Man Brand New Day. What are you most excited for in the world of Marvel, even if it's not MCU related? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, peace.